never been introduced as Liz Brown. Come on down, I like that. My dad could not be here today. He's in Toledo, so he sent me. And I have, back when I was in about second grade, and he actually was able to speak to my second grade class. He came in and he knows a lot of Russian, so he always used to do his little spiel about government and being in elected office, and then he would also write everyone's names in Russian on these cards and pass them out. It was a neat little thing he got to do every year, but my second grade year when he did it, the whole time, most of the class was very engaged, but one of my friends sitting in the back just kind of sat there with his arms crossed the whole time, nodding. Couldn't really believe he was 8 the way he was nodding. And at the end, everyone kind of gathered around him, and I was very proud, and all my friends thought it was pretty neat. And then my one friend came up and looked at my dad in the face and just said, "Mr. Brown, that was the worst speech I've ever heard." He was 8 years old. And I felt very bad for my dad, so I said, "Don't worry, Dad, he doesn't mean it. He just repeats what everyone else says." I didn't realize I was going to make him feel better. But I know this boy still, and he had a discerning eye from the start and held his public officials to a high standard, so obviously he's now a good Democrat. And I am so excited to be able to speak for my dad because I am meeting, just like that boy, so many good Democrats around the state of Ohio. I think it's no accident that our whole state ticket is behind this rally today for minimum wage. It's because they're all so strong and they're here to be the voice of Ohio that we are missing right now. Ohioans want someone who will be their authentic voice, and I think we all agree what we have in Columbus and Washington right now is not our authentic voice.
Right.
Let's look at what Mike DeWine's voice is saying for us in Washington right now. He couldn't say no to President Bush when he wanted to send our troops into a war that in just the last month has lost us 105 Americans. Mike DeWine couldn't say no to the drug companies when they wanted to write our health care laws, and we have 45 million uninsured Americans. Mike DeWine couldn't say no to the oil industry when they wanted to write our energy bills. And we've seen this, and I don't think we're happy about it, are we? No! So what we're going to do on November 7th in just 3 days is we're going to say no to Mike DeWine when he wants to be the national manager. All of you to get out to the polls and vote, as we are so privileged to do as citizens. But what's really important in the next 3 days is to get our friends, families, and neighbors to also cast those votes against the voices who aren't representing us, and to cast those votes to support an increase in minimum wage. And you just have to make contact with people and talk to them. Find a few people. My dad, throughout the campaign, has said, find people to turn around. I don't know if that's too much in 3 days or if you can do it, but if you can find a few people who are maybe on the fence still or not frequent voters or possibly recovering Republicans, and just talk to them about the issues, about the importance of minimum wage and the wonderful Democratic ticket we have this year. I've been able to travel around with much of them in the last couple of days, and with Ms. Strickland, and it's just been a real honor. So I thank you for listening to me today and for your support and your wonderful voices that are going to get out the vote for November 7th. Thank you very much.